For me, Perth is a great place, but I still struggle living in the city. I'd rather be in a small town, in the forest or the bush, anywhere near the coastline. I sort of grew up being passionate about surfing, and that's all I wanted to do. I didn't care about anything else. And I think that surfing almost found this passion for me. It's how I landed in the industry. Surfing's kind of on the back burner more now. I just don't stop thinking about food and cooking, and it's definitely newfound passion. I'd never cooked a thing until at least 20, the age of 20. And then even those first few years was just flipping burgers, and the only reason I was doing that is so that I could surf all day. So I didn't start off in the industry looking to be a chef or anything like that, because I couldn't even cook rice till I was 22. But as I got older and worked in better places, I just started to enjoy it and found something else that I'm passionate about. I sort of wake up in the morning and I'm excited to go to work. It's almost like 10 minutes later and then 14 hours have passed. So it's just been full on all the way through the day. I just enjoy every part of it. Looking at your prep list, knocking out a whole heap of jobs, then setting up and working through service and plating and just making sure everything's spot on and perfect, and tasting food throughout the day and making sure everything's right. Once I started there, I went back to square one and learnt everything properly. I was taught everything in the classical French way, so very traditional. And then over the years that I was there, progressed and learnt newer style of cooking with sous vide and liquid nitrogen, and using a few more of the gadgets. I think nowadays, I like the fact that we can get out of the kitchen and go into the garden and just get fresh produce and use that, or head down to the coast to forage or into a forest and get out of those, four walls that you spend so much time, cooking in. I have worked with some botanists and I guess semi-foragers before, but yeah, nothing too full on. It's a lot more trial and error, and then reading books, but also just what I was used to with always exploring in the forest or down on the coast. So it sort of just worked its way into cooking as well, and it's two things that I love. So it's just perfect to combine them and bring them both together. You see people doing the same things, and they're inspired by chefs that they like. What inspires me is people doing something different and pushing the boundaries. Hopefully they're drawn to it, seeing it first and then eating it second. So, and there's shock value there, then it makes it more interesting. I just want to see what else is out there. Look at every different cuisine and just use all the things that I like from it. Yeah, really want to see different food and techniques, ingredients, sort of like a research kind of mission. Fill my head full of ideas, so when I come back I've got a fresh start. I want to throw myself into the hardest kitchens. Once I've been in the hardest kitchens and the places that push you the most, it's just going to make me a stronger chef, to work for some of the chefs that you look up to and see what inspires them. And I think a mix of working with top chefs from so many different countries will really give you a different idea on food, and that's what I'm looking for. When I think about ingredients, I think about local Western Australian. Marron is a huge one for me, and seafood, I love it. Also got some really good beef and veal. I do want to own my own restaurant or cook for people the food that I love. It'd be nice to do that somewhere on the coast, not in the city, with a really nice garden and using a lot of, I guess, foraged ingredients, just because that's what I love doing, sort of incorporating what's around us in my cooking. It'd be great to have my own place within the next 5 years.